Hey guys, another quick video for our Buying a House in Japan playlist. A couple of our patrons have been interested in the goings on next to the old farmhouse with the new buildings being built, new houses being built. Some of you will be getting a laugh out of watching this. Dun, 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 dun. Two guys working with the one tool. Now you would have seen that, some of you would have seen that before when they were digging a hole to put the new power pole in, which is the power pole on the right there. They dug it by hand, just like this. Two guys using one tool, right? So same two guys are back with the same one tool, and now they're digging out the old pole because it's blocking where they want to have a driveway for one of the new houses, right? So the power lines have been shifted. Now they just need to remove the pole. So, so they got the old pole out. That's great. Now they installed a water tap right in the middle of the driveway. So they moved the pole so the driveway wasn't blocked. Now they've put water tap right in the middle. So they've got to build houses in there, right? They need to get trucks in there. So instead of putting the water meter and the water tap off to the side, which is what some of us would do, they put them right in the middle of where the driveway is going to be, which is going to make it hard to get trucks in and out, isn't it? Constant entertainment, this job, it really is. So then these guys showed up, looking very smart in their nice uniforms, three of them. These guys seem to be some sort of surveying group. They seemed to be marking out the footings for the house, for the houses, for the four houses. So they spent a couple of days there with their instruments and their huge wooden mallet, hammering in these stakes and nailing them together and putting up strings. And so it seems their job is to mark out where the footings are going to be for the houses. So a couple of days of that. Obviously lots of inconvenience and noisiness and stuff going on over the last 3 months. It's taken them to get to this point. So it does seem to be pretty slow progress. We've showed you some instant houses being built in Japan that have happened sort of overnight. Certainly not the case here. This has been 3 months of faffing for these guys. So yeah, lots of inconvenience and noise and dust for us, but the one bright light is the entertainment value we get from watching these guys, seeing what they're up to, seeing how they go about what they do. We know there's a couple of our patrons who have been enjoying seeing what happens here too. So that's the positive, isn't it? That's the positive side. So that was the result of that. So now we can see where the houses are going to be. No surprises. There's not a lot of choice. When you've only got a block that's 7 metres wide by 15 metres long or whatever it is, you haven't got a lot of choice. You've got to put the house right at the back, right on the boundary, in order to be able to put two cars in front of it, basically. So they haven't got a lot of choice, really. So no surprises there. They've had to angle it. The block's not perfectly square. I think you call that a rhombus, don't you? A rectangle that's not parallel or something. I don't know. So they've ended up with these sort of triangles at the back they didn't know what to do with, so they've just sort of left them. That'll be the backyard. That'll be the backyard of the house there, that triangle. No surprises. This is exactly what we see them do all the time when they build new houses. It's exactly the same. Oh, he thought this was pretty funny. They're really quite happy to everybody drive into our driveway whenever they want to with their trucks and cars. But they're pretty defensive about their little piece of land. They've strung up this rope here to stop people driving or parking on their little bit of dirt there on the corner. We thought that was sort of ironic, pretty funny. Ironic, verging on hypocritical. They've inconvenienced the whole neighbourhood, but they certainly don't want anybody to be driving on their piece of dirt. Funny guys that they are. Oh, this is funny too, because they're blocking the street all the time because it's only a single lane, right? And here's the guy with the truck on the left was already there unloading some reinforcing, and this other guy turned up in his truck and unloaded. He wanted to get out that way, and the other guy's telling him to go around the other way. That was pretty funny. They inconvenienced each other. We thought that was fairly funny. There's the reinforcement turned up for their footings. Yeah, really slow progress. 3 months until to get to this point. It's pretty slow. We've certainly seen it happen much faster around the neighbourhood where they've demolished old houses and built new ones much quicker than this. So these guys just must be moving at a different pace for some reason. So that's where we're at the moment. They're sort of ready. They've got a bit of concrete down for their footings there. That's the boxing, isn't it? What do you call that? To do the boxing for their concrete. We know it's coming next. They're going to build little concrete walls that are about 1/2 metre tall. That's the standard. And then they put wooden frames on top of that. Oh, this guy's been funny. This guy must be some sort of foreman. He spends his whole time sitting in that van. He'll be in there for 8 hours and he'll hop out a couple of times and talk to people and then get back in his van again. He spends most of his time just sitting there snoozing. So he must be some sort of foreman or something. Doesn't seem to do much. Sits there and looks at his phone and has a snooze, and he's there all day. Hops out a couple of times and gets back in again. Nice and cozy in there, out of the wind. Anyway, so those of you who've been asking what's happening, that's what's been happening. Constant entertainment. More videos coming soon.